All right, we are live. Let me bring in the comments and let y'all start coming on board. And we'll get started here in a few minutes. I'm just going to try to organize and get everything where I can see, and the pictures aren't going to be crooked. So, welcome, welcome. I'm just doing a little housekeeping while we're waiting to start. Let me get my stuff organized to what I'm doing here. I'm trying to figure out. All right, let's see. And of course, the dog has now decided she wants to go outside and go to the bathroom, but she's gonna have to wait. All right, so I think I am good to go. And hopefully I am, yep, I am streaming to YouTube and my Facebook page. So hopefully those from the group will remember that it's on the page and not our group page. And while I'm waiting for you all to come on board, I am going to... Hey Karen Jo, how are ya? I'm gonna go rinse out my chamois because I forgot to do that. So I'll be back in just a flash while we're still waiting. Give me 1 second. All right, I am back. Did you hear me in there? Did you hear me in there? Did you hear me in there? I have my microphone on. I'm not sure how far along it goes, but anyways, I had to rinse this out. I forgot. At least get it wet enough to use it. So how's everything with you? Oh, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Oh my goodness. So how's everything coming in with your pool areas? If you get any luck on getting anybody out there? You heard just the water? All right. Well, that's nice to know so I don't walk around with the microphone on. In case. Oh my goodness. Hi Marcia, how are you? Good morning, good morning. I know. We called a, I don't know if I told you this on the last one. If I did, let me know. But I was talking to one of the, I think I told you all, I'm not even sure, about these no-see-em, the natty things that are just driving us completely bonkers. They've taken over our house. But anyways, we used to have what's called a hideaway screen that kind of blends in with the front of your door, you know, the door area, and then it slides, and then it has a magnet, and it holds it in place. And so we found a company here, and we thought, oh, what the hell, we're going to go ahead and be rogue and have one installed. Well, Chuck called the other day. They are so busy doing screen work that their answering machine said, we are not taking any new clients. We don't know when we're going to take new clients, so do not leave a message. Don't expect a message back. If you need anything, go to our page, I guess their website or whatever. But they are not taking any new customers for whoever knows how long. So we're like, well, I guess we won't have to worry about getting our new hideaway screen door in anytime soon. But we did put in we're waiting on some contractors. I'm not sure when that's going to happen either. But we've decided, and I'm surprised that Shell Point doesn't put in the no-see-em screens. You know, I'm sure you have them on your pool. We had them when we lived in the Villages as well, but they don't put them in on the lanais, and you would think they would, right? I'm adjusting my camera, sorry. You think they would, right? So I told Chuck, I don't care what it costs. Well, I do, but I don't. So we're going to have them replace the screens on the lanai, and then the windows, because it's just not worth, you can't open the windows and have those little natty bugs coming in, and it's completely out of control crazy. So anyways, I don't know. So, oh, I know. So when we had our pool put in years ago at the Villages, when they redid our screen, for the lanai, we had them put those new seams, the tightest, smallest, tight, screen weave in so that the bugs can't get through. And it made a big difference, I'm telling you. But, whoops, everybody I've talked to is saying that with this hurricane, the ecosystem is all screwed up. It's because of the dead, the vegetation that's been sitting in water, dead, animals and fish and everything else. It's just that it's all, the ecosystem's all out of whack. So, oh, your whole cage is gone. Good Lord. Well, good luck in trying to get one anytime soon. But what do you do, right? All right, well, it's 11:30. We're going to give it a few more minutes for those to come on board. And just in case we have some new people visiting, since I am streaming on my Shelby Stamp page, let me just introduce myself. I'm Dawn Duvall. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I've been doing this crazy thing for about 11 years now, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but you know what? It is what it is. It's fun, and that's what it's all about. We're here to have a good time and make cards. So our creation anticipation is something that I came up with for us to get together periodically and just stamp together, whether you want to stamp along with a sketch or when I give out the measurements, or you can just sit in your pajamas and watch. That's fine. It's all good. So, and I know some people are on the they're an hour behind us. So I don't even know what's that called. Central Standard Time. I don't know if anybody watches from, the West Coast, but I do have quite a few people in the central part, so at least it's only 10:30 y'all's time. But anyways, and then in case you didn't see it, yesterday I just decided I was unpacking my order that I received, because I got all my catalogs. So those of you who've signed up for catalogs, they should go out next Wednesday. I've got to pack them. I've already got the labels printed, so I just got to put the labels on, pack them in the envelopes, and drop them in the mailbox. So I'm gonna you'll have them, they'll go out in the mail by Wednesday next week. But so I decided I would go on and show you all the beautiful papers. Oh my God, if you saw those, do you not agree? The papers are absolutely stunning. The pictures, and you guys, if you're not a demonstrator, don't even know what they look like unless you've seen somebody else do an unboxing. But it doesn't do it any justice whatsoever. So, and I'm offering a paper share. All of that information is in there if you're interested. It gives you the pricing and all of that. There's a form that you can complete. I have a link that you complete, and then I'll bill you through PayPal, or we can do Zelle, whichever works for y'all. Okay, I know, they're absolutely stunning. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera down. We'll wait another minute or two, but we're going to get started because I don't want to hold everybody else up that's on here. And we may have looky-loos that don't want to comment, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. So let me flip the camera down, and we're going to do, this is our sketch that we're going to do. And I want to get y'all's opinion between the sketch here, and then last couple weeks ago we did the, where I sent out just the directions and like wasn't even a template. I just said, here's the measurements, do this, this, and this. So this is something different. I thought at least it gives you an idea of what, to get you started. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but the whole idea of this is to help just give you a starting point. You don't have to have everything exactly like this, but, and you'll see on some of the things, I've made 2 cards in advance, and then I'm going to make 2 more while we're doing this, just so that you can see, you know, that it's very similar, but not exactly this type of pattern. And I'm trying to figure out, and I don't know if I can get, I think having a business page, and I need to do some research, I don't think I can put a photo album on there. I need to double check, because there's got to be a way I can do that, because I'd really like us to share our photos so everybody can see what everybody else is making, and how different, using the same base to start, how different everything's going to look. So we'll see. But I'm thinking, and I need y'all's feedback for this, if you want to do this like every 3 weeks, not quite a month, but not every other week, because that might be a little much. So I'm thinking like every 3 weeks we may do a different type of sketch or something like that. So just give me your thoughts on that as well. So, all right, well, let's get started. It's 11:34. So I am going to work with Hang on a minute. Because you know, and Karen, I know that you're a beachy person too, and you're going to probably want to buy this stamp set if you don't have one similar. This is the, I'm going to put the sketch off just up here just a little bit so it still stay in place. If you post your cards, I'll follow. I'm lost. I know. I've got to figure out where to put them. So I will let you all know that as well. Okay, so I am using the Seaside Bay. Now, I did show this to you all on when I did my unveiling. This was designed by my, what's called Upline. It's the lady that I joined underneath with Stampin' Up, and she's in Norfolk, Virginia. And this is part of a suite. So we have the ribbon, it's a balmy blue and white. That's part of the suite. And as I showed the papers yesterday, oh my God, you guys, it's just, I'm not going to go through the papers because you can go back and watch that video. But this is the set. This is what I'm going to use today, okay? This is just absolutely stunning. And then you've got coordinating dies right here. I'm going to use this one, and we're going to use the one for the oyster, but then I'm using this one as well on the separate. So I'm going to do 2 cards for you guys. But here's all sorts of oh gosh, you know, oh my Lord, I just came out with the name of those birds, and now sandpipers. So they got the sandpipers, a crab. You can cut out the sandpipers. You can cut out the seashells, and just, I'm not even sure what that thing is. Oh, I'm not even sure what that is. Oh well, we'll figure it out. And a bird. But anyways, so I'm going to use that. And I've already got that stuff cut out so we don't have to take up a lot of time. And then I'm using the By the Base paper. And again, absolutely stunning, 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 stunning paper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull in my first card that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use a base of, let me get my stuff out of the way here. This is Coastal Cabana. I don't use this that often. Let me get this in here. I'm going to cover that up. And this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. Now you can use your paper however you want, right? So confusing. So I'm going to do my first one, and it's going to be in the vertical shape like that. Hang on a minute. Broadcasting, stop recording, continue recording, recover broadcast. Hang on, my thing just decided it wasn't broadcasting. Oh, the mussel. That's a mussel? Hang on a minute. This is an oyster shell, right? So you're saying that that little thing there was a mussel? See, I don't eat that. I don't eat that type stuff, so I wouldn't know. But you're right, it probably is. Okay, hopefully that we're still recording. Okay, my camera just popped up and said there were some issues. So anyways, all right, so I am going to take a piece of the, this is part of that new bundle, and the paper is from the Lord have mercy, By the Bay. It's a 6x6 set, and this is Coastal Cabana and mint macaron, and I just love this paper. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do mine this way, and I'm going to go ahead and cut my banner. And y'all can do however you want. So I'm just going to cut my banner up the center. And I'm going to make it a little bit longer tails. And then I'm going to cut in, this is just a quick way, just cut into the top of that. And we'll cut in from this corner to the top to get my banner tails. All right, and then just pull that out. And they may not be symmetrical, but that's okay. It's all about. And then the back side of this paper, just for those of you that haven't seen it, this is the gold. They got goldfish swimming around, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add mine here. Now, these templates are very easy. So if you're somebody that's just starting out, this is a great way to learn stamping. I got to get my craft mat. Hang on a second. It's a great way because it gives you a template to start with. And it's really your basic stamping, what I call SIP, Stamp, Inks, and Paper. So we are having a sip. Good morning, Miss Patty. Oh, an oyster. Oh, it's an oyster. Oh, okay, got it. So, so this is a great way for somebody that's just starting out card making to use the sketches to help you just build a foundation of how to start. And I tell you what, I do a lot of my cards, I case people. And so this is forcing me, because I've not cased anybody, it's forcing me, like yesterday I came in and went ahead and made 2 cards, which I'll show you when we get done. And I did case those. Well, not really. No, I didn't. But I did it on my own. But the whole idea is I'm not casing anybody, and it's forcing me to use my brain, which is that's a little weird, a little strange, but so, but it's forcing me to also try to determine. I'll put this over here. It's also forcing me to try to come up with my own ideas without copying somebody else, which there's not a problem with copying others, right? Because that's what stamping's all about. We want to case everybody else, so we don't have to spend a lot of time trying to think about it. All right, so I'm putting that right there. And then the next thing I am doing, I've got to find my pieces. I've got a piece of mint macaron, which is part of this paper thing. Now, granted, I'm using the template as a guideline, so my sizing isn't going to be quite like that one, but that's okay, right? So I am going to, I got to cut this down because I moved my paper over. So I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. I'm just going to take about 1/8 of an inch off or something like that. And if you're stamping along, and again, I will find out how I can get pictures posted, an album. Because it's a business page, I don't think it lets me do that, but I know there's other people that are somehow doing it, so I've got to figure that one out. So if you know how to do that, let me know, because I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so this is a piece of mint macaron, and I'm going to place that right there. Now, granted, I could cut it a little bit shorter, but my idea is I stamped the oyster in smoky slate, this one right here, and I cut that using the coordinating die. So I think I'm going to leave that, I'm going to pop that up right here, and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping right here. So before I attach that, so my piece is going to be a little bit on the long side, which is fine, but I'm going to stamp in the same color of mint macaron. There's a stamp in there that looks like these little dots, which I assume it's like grass, dirt, sand, whatever. So I'm just going to stamp a few of those on my little piece of paper right here on my cardstock. And I'm just going to stamp some around just so it kind of gives it, let's see, how do we want to do this? I'll just do it kind of together. And then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to put a couple of dots right there. All right, so that's that. And again, this is me trying to learn how to do it myself without copying other people. All right, so I'm going to glue this right here, and then I'm going to pop this up right here. So that's kind of the shape of that in a sense, right? And then I'm going to put my sentiment down at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Now, I could cut this down a little shorter, but I think I'm going to leave it, let me see. I think I'll leave it the way it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add my adhesive. All right, so let's see. So I'll do some research on the page to see how we can save our cards, because we got to be able to show everybody what we're doing, right? How do we show pics of our cards? Well, that's the thing, Patty. My idea was to have everybody take a picture and then post them to the page. But I was trying to see if I can do albums. I don't know if I can do a photo album for a business page. That's what I got to find out. So if we can post them, the problem is if you post them to the page, apparently I didn't think through this very well, right? I think if you post them to the page, then it's just going to keep going through the feed, right? So we don't want to do that. I want to be able to keep them in a location where everybody can see them. So I think I need to do some research on that first. So I will do that when we get done, and then I'll put a message out there to everybody to let you know, okay? All right, so, and again, your circle, it's whatever you want to do, right? So I'm going to go ahead and my oyster, whatever this thing is, oyster? Yeah, oyster with pearl. My oyster is going to be kind of like my focal point or my circle. So I'm going to place that right about there, okay? I probably should have stamped that in a different color, but that's all right. We're good with that. All right, and then I'm going to do my sentiment, and I am going to stamp as soon as I locate my stamp. Hang on, I got my stamp here somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is, right here. All right, and then I'll do my second one, and then I'll show you. All right, I'm going to stamp my sentiment using our Coastal Cabana because that's the card-based color that I am using. My circle is a rose. See, that would be good. All right, and hopefully I'll figure this out. I'll do that as soon as we hang up. I'm going to, I'm not sure why I'd use this small thing here. No, I don't want to use this one. Hang on a minute. Where's my other one? Hang on. I had... This is not what I want. Hold on. I gotta find my, you know what? I think I put my stamp away that I was gonna use, my sentiment stamp. This goes, I'm gonna use that for the other one. Hang on. We're gonna make this a, let's see, we'll make this a thank you card. So let me pull out my thank you. Nope, we don't want sympathy. Let me pull out my thank you and get me a block. Hold on a second. Where's my blocks? Oh my goodness. Hang on. I'm trying to get organized, and I tell you what, this room in here, oh Lord, definitely needs some organizing. Okay, so we're gonna stamp thank you for everything. And I'm just gonna put that right on here on a piece of basic white, and I'm gonna flip that over because it wasn't very dark. I need to start inking up my, some of these, I don't use all of these ink pads. And this one, Coastal Cabana, I love the color, but I don't use it as often as I should. And I don't ink it up as much as I should. So, all right, now this one, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down. So I'm gonna bring my paper trimmer in, and I'm just gonna cut this down. Hopefully it's straight, and hold that down, and we'll cut that off. All right, and then I'm going to place this. I'm just gonna probably put that right about there. No, that's gonna take up some of my stuff, isn't it? So that's the thing. I think I'll put it right there. What do you think? Let's do that. I probably could trim it down a little bit. Let me just trim a little bit. Hopefully I don't. Not answering that because she's gonna kick me off the phone. My phone's ringing. I don't know. They've changed the way you silence your phones, and I haven't been able to figure it out. You know, you can put it on Do Not Disturb. Maybe we could post them on Shall We Stamp VIP Stamping Friends page for now. Yeah, I think if we can do, I'm not sure as a group. I think I should be able to do a folder there as well, but we can do that. And then I'll do some research when we get done. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this right here. I'm just gonna lay, let me think. No, I think we better pop this up on dimensionals. All right, so let's see. And then I'll do a second card. It won't take long. We won't be on here that long. We might be on here 30 minutes or so. All right, so we'll pop that up. And actually, we get some little bling bling. We could put some bling on here, and we can dress that up as well, right? Or some ribbon. We could do a little bit of twine. And let's see. Let's see what we have. Well, I think let's go with, let's put on one of these little dots. I'm not sure if they're, if they've retired yet or not, but let's put these. These are the red and green adhesive dots that, they're probably going to retire. I haven't looked at, I need to download the thing and I haven't done it yet. All right, so there's my first card, okay? Now let me do my second one. All right, so that's my first one. So it's kind of similar to that, right? Depending on how you look at it. All right, so let's move that over and let me bring in the second one. Now the second one, I'm gonna do it as a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. And this is Sahara Sand. And again, I'm going to use a piece of that designer paper pack from the Seaside Bay. And whoops, we don't want to do 4 1/4, do we? We want to score this at 5 1/2. All right, so we're going to do 4 1/4 by 11, and we're going to do this on the horizontal instead of vertical, or landscape, however you want to call it. So we're going to do it this direction, okay? All right, now I am using two pieces of that paper in the paper pack. This piece here, which kind of reminds me, pardon me, of the sky. And then this piece is like the plank of wood. So I'm going to do that. This one I'm going to cut into a banner. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these down. I'm going to cut them at, I'm just going to cut them at 5 1/4 just to make it easier. So we've got 5 1/4. and we'll keep them the same. And then we'll cut this one. This one I'm going to make into the banner. I don't know what this is going to look like, but that's what we're going to do. Okay. And then I'll show you, excuse me, then I'll show you the other cards that I made. All right, so this is going to be my sky, and this is going to be my bottom part. Now I was thinking, and let me go ahead and cut my banner because we want a banner, and I'm gonna put it on the right side again, and I'm gonna make this one a little bit smaller of a banner, so I'm not gonna have it go up quite as high. So again, I'm just cutting up the middle. It's just easier for me to do it that way, and then just come in. So I'm gonna put the banner right here. So this is kind of like my sandy beachy thing. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit, and okay. All right, so I'm going to lay that right here. And then this is my sky that I'm putting up here. And I don't really want to make that a banner. But I was thinking how I could add my ribbon and tuck it under, which I'm not sure if I can do that because I wanted to hide the seam. And I thought if I took my ribbon, wherever that may be now that I've misplaced it, imagine that. Oh, here it is. I thought I could do a piece of ribbon to kind of hide the seam, but I don't know if that, I might be able to do that and tuck it slightly under the, like the top one before I glue this down, because I think the seam, you know, or I could either cover, I actually could probably cover that up a little bit too, couldn't I? Let's try. I'm going to try. I'm going to put this on the, let me see if I can find my seal. If I can't find it, I'm not going to do it because it's a lot easier with the seal. And I don't know what in the world I did. Oh, wait a minute. Here it is. Hiding in my box as usual. Let's give it a go and see. I'm going to try to put some on this side and on this side. I'm going to try to put a little bit here. I'm going to put it on this side and just let it hang over just a tad. And we're going to bring this one down and we'll bring that one. And then we'll cut this. So let me go ahead and snip that off. Okay, we're going to tuck this under. Now let's see if we can get that to work. So let's bring in, whoopsie. And it might work if I leave enough to hang over. Wait, I didn't get enough glue. That's why I didn't put any adhesive on that part. Put it at the top but not at the bottom on this side right here, which is where I need it. All right, so let's just see how this will work. We're experimenting. I'm just going to tack that now down there for just a second because I'm thinking, so let's go ahead and add our glue and we'll get this guy down first. And then I think I'm going to try to finagle. So let's see if we can make it work this way. Okay. And I'm going to take that piece. Hang on a minute. Let me tuck this so it looks a little bit more even, where I might be able to tuck in right there. I'm gonna leave that open. All right, so I'm gonna add this right here, and then before I push that side down, I'm gonna put my adhesive on here and add that. Look at the back side of this. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't that pretty? Oyster shells and a little bit of gold throughout. Whoops, hang on, didn't mean to do it that big. Oh, hold on, I'm trying to zoom in. All right, so we're gonna add some adhesive back here. All right, pardon me. I tell you, I don't know what is up with my throat in the mornings. All right, and then I'm gonna tuck this under and butt it up to that piece right there. And then I'm gonna tack this down. Then that way, there we go. That'll work. And then that way, there we go. That looks much better, I think. And I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit, and then I'll add something. Okay, so that's that part of the card. Now this is the easy part. This is all I'm gonna do. This is the oyster. You pop it out. This is a Sahara sand. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's kind of like my circle, right? So I'm just gonna put it right there. I'm gonna glue this down, and now I'm going to glue it just about like that. So this is a little different, but it's kind of, you know, doing kind of the same thing, right? I just have, instead of a square, I've just put a whole nother piece there. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment and I'm going to do that in crumb cake. And this is going to be my card. And then we're going to put a pearl right inside that little oyster shell. Let me make sure I got some ink on here before I stamp on my card. Let me make sure. Yep. All right. So here we go. I'm just going to stamp it right here. You are a pearl, rare, and precious. And then we will put a pearl. I don't have any of the smaller ones, so we're just going to go big. I'm going to put him right there. And then you can close it up or lay it like that. That way, when you send it, we'll just put something on top. But isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Cute, cute. So let me, whoops, I don't want to zoom in. Hang on, let me zoom out. All right, so those are the cards that I've made. Let me show you the other two that I did yesterday. Give me 1 second. All right, so if you're just joining, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. But here's the sketch, and then here's the two that I just created. So that's kind of neat. It's kind of similar, right? Don't you love this? Oh, this, I tell you what, this set is absolutely stunning. All right, and then let me show you the ones that I made yesterday. So here is, I did another one. Okay, so that's very similar. Let me pull this off to the side. Very similar to the sketch, right? I'll put it down here. So that one I pretty much followed to a T. All right, so that's a Christmas card. And then I did another one for Christmas where, again, I just turned it on its side. And then I kind of used the circle, and then I put a deer down here. Probably should have done him in a different color. But I was trying to, I was trying to mimic this part right here. But do you see how it gives you different ideas of how you can make cards? And the sketch helps give you that base point to start with. And then there's my other cards. So how's that? Isn't that cute? I thought it was fun to do this. I mean, it's a very, and really if you're a beginning stamper or card maker, this is a great way because it helps you come up with a design. And if you follow it exactly like what I did here, it comes out as a beautiful card. And the same with this one. But it just allows you the freedom to start with a starting point and then move on to something else. There you go. So that is it. You like having the sketches as a starting point? Well, then I think we'll just do sketches then from this point going forward, unless somebody else has an issue with that. Then we'll just do sketches. I'll just create a sketch. And we'll, I think what I'll do is start doing it every 3 weeks, and we'll just kind of play it by ear. If we want more or less, then that's fine. So that way it's not too often where y'all are getting tired of seeing me, but it's enough that it's fun to get together and do a little stamping, right? Okay, so there is our sketch for today. If you haven't had the opportunity to watch my unboxing video where you can see all the gorgeous paper and get some information on my paper share, please take a look at that. I did that on my YouTube channel as well as our VIP page. Yeah, VIP. All right, so thank you, everyone. I will do some research as soon as I hang up, and I'll figure out how we can get our folders. I posted mine on your other page. I left out the square and used an embossed background. Everything is Stampin' Up! Except the DSP. That's fine. Sorry about that. Do you think it needs anything? I will let you know when I take a look at it. Thanks, Patty. All right, so let me do some research. Thanks, Marsha. I'm glad you like these. I'll do some research and see how I can get, maybe I need to, I'm not sure. But I know that at one point I was able to post albums, but I think you can do that on a personal page, but not on a business page. So I will double check that. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. Take a look at the beautiful papers in my other video, which is on YouTube, and Shall We Stamp, our VIP page. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll keep you posted on our next date for this one. And until then, have a great weekend, and I will see you Tuesday evening. We're going to do some new stamps and paper. All right, everyone. Hi, Linda. Rewatch beautiful cards. Thank you. You stepped away from fixing breakfast. All right, well, now you get to go back and enjoy your breakfast.